I had a network problem, but now it's okay. So members, you're most welcome to today's lesson. And now that we are late, let me lead you in a word of prayer. Lord, our loving Father, we thank you for this afternoon. We thank you for our lives. We thank you for everything you have provided. Now, Lord, that we are ready for our lesson, guide us through this lesson so that whatever we study can take us to greater heights. I pray all this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. Amen. So, members, some people are saying finally she's here. Yes, I'm here. So we are going to study geography, and this is senior 3. This is senior 3. And last time we talked about vegetation in Africa, and we looked at different types of vegetation with equatorial vegetation. We looked at savanna. Then we looked at desert vegetation, both characteristics and the importance of those vegetation zones. So today, we are going to look at another type of vegetation, and that is Mediterranean vegetation. But as I've told you, last time we looked at desert vegetation. So members, if you can still remember, we gave out the characteristics of desert vegetation. I want to see those who were present. I want you to tell me the characteristics of desert vegetation. What are the characteristics of desert vegetation? Yes, Ronnie? Ronnie?
Yes, yes, madam.
Yes.
We talked about the trees being drought resistant.
Yes.
And then we also talked about having a short gestation period.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that the trees are drought resistant and that they have a short gestation period because they are responding to the climate. That is good. Yes, Fahim and Harima. Harima?
They have very long roots and fleshy branches.
Very long roots because they want to tap water from underground. Very good. Then what are the economic activities? What are the economic activities that can be carried out there? Yes, economic activities now. Yes, Centenary.
Teacher, I just wanted to tell you that we are not seeing anything. The screen is blank.
The screen is black. Before the screen,
yes,
we want us first to give like a highlight on what we covered. I'm going to display, but we are just looking at what we covered last time. Are we together? Yes, Margaret. Margaret? Before you go to the screen, you first tell me what are the economic activities that can be carried out in areas that have desert vegetation. Yes? Before you cry for the screen, you first tell me what we covered last time. Yes, Margaret, Susan. Margaret?
Nomadic pastoralism due to small pastures.
There is nomadic pastoralism, yes. Movement of people with their animals.
Irrigation.
That one is right. Yes, your
Reliable
Bosch.
rainfall.
Wonderful.
Tourism due to presence of oases which attract in foreign exchange.
Exactly. There is tourism. It can also be carried out in areas that have desert type of climate of vegetation. Ankunda. Ankunda. Ankunda.
Wildlife conservation.
Yes.
Wildlife conservation of desert fauna like scorpions, snake, and tortoises.
Yes, she's saying wildlife conservation in a desert. Yes, it is on a small scale, but there are some wild animals that stay there, but it is not on a large scale as compared, for example, to the people asking which class. I first clear that before I start. So this is senior 3 geography. Yes. Ronnie and Olive. Ronnie and Olive.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
There is irrigation farming.
Come again.
Irrigation farming.
You have a network problem, but can you repeat?
Irrigation farming.
I've not heard your answer.
Maybe
Ronnie,
it is.
type. You can type, Ronnie, no problem. You can type your answer. I'll be able to read it.
Okay.
So, come again. Ronnie?
There is irrigation farming.
Very good. There is irrigation farming. So thank you, members. So today, people are typing that there is tourism, that one they mentioned. There is irrigation farming. There is all those you have mentioned. Thank you very much. People are still asking which paper. It is paper 2, not paper 1, and we are of Africa. So today, members, I want us to look at Mediterranean .
Okay, members, let's proceed with Mediterranean vegetation. Let me ask you, Boash, you can unmute yourself and you take us through this slide. Yes, your Boash, you can read.
Mediterranean vegetation. This is located in the northern extreme of Africa in Algeria, Tunisia, parts of Libya, and the southern extreme in South Africa, particularly Cape Town. Tree species include pine, oats, among others.
Okay, thank you very much. I see a hand from, okay, those hands are down. Yes, that's where we find the location of Mediterranean vegetation in Africa, extreme ends. So if we can, if I can go to, let me share screen. If we come to map of Africa, so we can pick an image here. Can you see my screen? Yes, members? Okay, I see, yes. Okay, so when you look at this map here, when you look at this map, actually, let me first save it and then I open it so that we can get a clear map. I'm trying to show that map. So when you look at this map, we are saying that basically Libya, and then that part of South Africa. That's where we experience Mediterranean type of climate. So remember, as I went off, but we shall continue. I went off slightly. Let me show my screen again. So we were looking at the map of Africa showing different areas where Mediterranean type of climate is located. Okay, so to continue, let me know if Teacher Mary is back. She can continue if she's back. I'm trying to see if Teacher Mary is among the participants. I think Teacher Mary is off again, but let's proceed with the class. I'm sure we shall come to the end. Okay, so these are the countries where we find Mediterranean type of climate: Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, and parts of South Africa. So you can find Mediterranean climate, Mediterranean vegetation in those regions. Someone else take us through the characteristics, or we can first identify them and then we proceed. William?
I thought you wanted us to read, but I don't have the characteristics here with me.
You can read, William.
Trees are scattered, do not occur in a pure stand, that is to say, a mix of pine and oak, develop long roots, have a considerable height of above 15 meters, have little undergrowth, have fresh bulb roots for water storage, leaves are waxy and shiny to reduce water loss.
Yes, thank you, William. Those are some of the characteristics we can mention. So anyone who wants to ask a question on any of these characteristics, we can explain. You can raise up your hand. But these are easy to understand. trees are scattered. So you find one tree is here, another one is that side, very far from one another. That's what we mean by scattered. Then we are also saying that they have or they develop long roots. This is because they want to get water from the deeper layers within the soil. And then they have a considerable height of about 15 meters. That means that they are not so long. I can pick a hand from Gloria. Sorry, Carlos. Yes, Carlos. Carlos, unmute and speak.
Your last point says that leaves are waxy and shiny to reduce water loss. What makes them waxy?
Oh, sorry, the network is not stable this afternoon. But here we are saying, why are they waxy? Don't know whether you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. So we are saying why they are waxy is that they are trying to prevent water loss. Reason they are trying to borrow they have characteristics which are more or less to the desert vegetation, and so being waxy, it prevents water loss. So they are trying to preserve water within themselves. Is that clear? Is that clear, members? Okay, let me hear a hand from Carlos. Carlos, your hand is still up. Yes, I've not displayed anything for now, but I was explaining the point from Carlos. Carlos, you still have to ask? Carlos?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Your point says that the leaves are waxy and shiny to prevent water loss. What makes the leaves waxy?
What makes the leaf waxy?
Yes.
Okay, let me hear from one member. Another member can explain to you well. You can raise up your hand and explain that point. Yes, Ronnie and Olivia. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
You have told us that the reason why the leaves are waxy and shiny is to reduce the rate of water loss or the rate of transpiration.
Yes, he wants to explain that why are they waxy in nature? So it is actually
among the ways how leaves can be able to reduce water loss.
Yes, that is it. But okay, we normally call it an adaptation. An adaptation. Yes, I see actually in the chat. Namaro Promise is saying it is an adaptation. Yes. So an adaptation is like a characteristic. It can be if someone says, what are some of the adaptations for one to live in a desert area? Something like that. So that's what we can say about it. So if you can look at these drawings briefly, I'm trying to share screen again. So when you look at these drawings, we are trying to see Mediterranean vegetation at different or in different parts of the world. We have some scattered trees we talked of. We have that kind of vegetation. When you look at those plants, all those describe the tree, I mean the Mediterranean type of vegetation. Let me ask from Teacher Mary. Again, Teacher Mary was on and now she's off, but we shall continue and finish the lesson. Don't worry, I'm also a geography teacher. I can still take you through until the end of the lesson. Okay, Carlos, do you still have a hand? Carlos, any question? Were you answered?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the next slide. We can go to the next slide. Maybe, do we still have questions about characteristics of Mediterranean vegetation? If yes, raise your hand. Okay, I pick a hand from Olivia or Ronnie, one of them.
Yes, sir. Sir, you in the characteristic, there is a point which says that they do not occur in a pure stand. Can I say that they contain a variety of tree species?
Come again.
This point which says that they do not occur in a pure stand, instead of saying that, can I say that they contain a variety of tree species?
Actually, we don't have a variety of tree species, but there are few types of trees which grow there. So we normally have pine and oak trees. Those are the ones that appear there. Okay, but they are always mixed, pine and oak. But there are not many tree species there. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there are not many. There are few, pine and oak. Let's go to the next point. We want to look at economic activities that take place within Mediterranean type of vegetation. We can first brainstorm them. Yes. Who can tell us one economic activity and we proceed? Yes, Olivia.
Yes, sir.
Olivia, then Maureen. Yes.
Tourism.
Yes, tourism is one of them.
And a bit of cattle keeping.
True. Yes, Mary. Come again.
Hunting.
Okay, yes, hunting takes place there. Yes, Bosch.
Wildlife conservation.
True, that's very true, because that vegetation that you saw, it supports wildlife conservation. Joshua.
Teacher, there is also lumbering.
That's true, lumbering in those scattered trees.
Lumbering.
Yes. Okay, so thank you for those activities. Let me hand over to Teacher Mary to continue from there. Teacher Mary, you're welcome.
Yes, Teacher Mr. Kakuru. We are having a problem of network this afternoon, but I want to thank everyone for the contributions that you have made, especially on the characteristics of Mediterranean vegetation. Before my network got a problem, I had some people were asking that why are trees waxy? And some other people are asking what is xerophyte. So members, these trees, we can say they are waxy, and Mr. Kakuru Ebre explained it. They have wax-like on their leaves to control the heat, to control the amount of water loss. So that's the reason why most of these trees in the Mediterranean region, why they have waxy leaves. And when you came to the economic activities, you also mentioned different economic activities that take place within. Someone is again asking xerophytic. I told you, because these trees, or when we talk about Mediterranean vegetation, it neighbors the desert conditions. So when we talk about this xerophytic, it is like these trees have like a content of chitin. This chitin is like a waxy material that is produced by plants so that they limit the amount of water loss. So that's why these trees have waxy thing on their leaves. Members, when we go to the economic activities, you had mentioned some of them, like tourism. There is tourism due to the abundance of flora and fauna. We have tourism as an economic activity. Then other members talked of farming. Yes, farming is there. And there is arable farming. Arable farming, and they carry out horticulture and viticulture. So there is horticulture and viticulture within the equatorial, within the Mediterranean vegetation. Then another economic activity, you also talked about animal husbandry. Animal husbandry, or the keeping of animals. And animals kept there, they include sheep, we have cattle, and we have goats. Then another economic activity we can talk about research. Research, a lot of research is carried out there, especially for study purposes. Many people carry out research for study purposes. I'm glad many of you mentioned all these activities. Many of you mentioned all these activities. So there is also sport hunting, especially by the tourists. There is hunting. It's not all that on a large scale, but sport hunting is also carried out within the Mediterranean vegetation. Then, before that, I wanted us also to, someone is asking that what is viticulture? When we talk about viticulture, this is the broad term. It encompasses the cultivation, protection, and harvest of grapes. It encompasses all that. Cultivation of grapes. Economic activities. Mr. Kakuru showed you how, where we can locate the Mediterranean type of vegetation. It is found at the two extreme ends of Africa. Members, we must know that, where we can easily locate the Mediterranean type of vegetation. It is found at the extreme ends of Africa. First, it is around this place in the extreme end of Africa, in the northern part. It covers some countries like Algeria, Tunisia there, and then Libya. So members, when they ask you to draw the map, make sure you can easily locate the Mediterranean vegetation. And then another extreme of the map of Africa, it is found around South Africa, particularly Cape Town. So that is where you can locate the Mediterranean type of vegetation. So that is all that we can talk about Mediterranean type of vegetation. I want us now to look at another type of vegetation, and this is Montanne or mountain vegetation. We also have this type of vegetation in Africa. When you check the map of Africa, we also have what we call Montanne or mountain type of vegetation. Where is this one found? Where in Africa do we have such type of vegetation? People are putting up their hands. Let me see. Where do we find this type of vegetation called Montanne or mountain vegetation? This one, it is found mainly on mountainous and highland areas. So members, if you can check on the map of Africa, we have some areas that are mountainous. And these are the areas that have what we call Montanne type of vegetation. You can easily see this map that has been displayed on our screen. So we have this type of vegetation around mountainous areas. For example, I don't know whether people can easily view this map. Can you be able to see that map displayed? So where you, yes, Yeboash. Yeboash? Where in Africa? Yes?
Ethiopian highlands.
Exactly, around Ethiopian highlands. Where else do you think we have this kind of vegetation? Yes, Yeboash?
Drakensberg Mountain.
We have the Drakensberg, we have the Ethiopian highlands. So we are saying that when you visit such highlands, then you can find that kind of vegetation. And what are the characteristics? What are the characteristics of Montanne type of vegetation? Some of the characteristics of the Montanne type of vegetation, we cannot, when you look at the picture I've prepared for you, the picture showing the vegetation on a mountain zone. Mr. Kakuru, if you can display for us. Yes, that one. Members, can you be able to, when you look at that type of vegetation that is displayed there, on a mountain slope, we don't have one type of vegetation. There is a variety. And you move from different types of land. So for example, here at the bottom of a mountain or a highland at around 1,000 meters high, you will find that there is savanna vegetation. Here at the bottom, around 1,000 meters high, you will find that there is savanna vegetation. And I told you, with savanna vegetation, we have savanna grassland. There is both short grass and tall grass. So this is the type of vegetation that you will find at the bottom of the highland. Then as you move up, for example, when you go to 2,000 meters high, 2,000 meters high, you will find a different type of vegetation. Here, where there is, can you see here, members?
Yes.
What type of vegetation do you think we expect to find on W? Here on W, what type of vegetation?
Grassland vegetation.
Come again?
Grassland vegetation.
Let me see, who is that? Put up your hand. Yes? Yes? Who is this? Let me see. Yes, Hakim Bwire. Hakim. Hakimu. Hakimu. Hakimu's hand is up. What type of vegetation do we expect to find at W? Yes, Ronnie. Ronnie and Oliver.
Yes, madam.
Yes, what type of vegetation do you think as you move like on a highland?
Equatorial vegetation.
Come again?
Equatorial vegetation.
Very good. That is equatorial or rain forest. So members, as you move from low altitude and then you start moving up, you will start with savanna, then mid equatorial or rain forest. And as you move up, for example, if you check on our diagram, we have part C. Part C. This part C. What do you think as you move like around 3,900 there? From 3,000 to 900 meters above sea level. What type of vegetation do we expect to find around this place? Yes. What type of vegetation? William G. Yes, William.
Temperate vegetation.
William has a network problem. Let me ask Mary. Yes, Mary. Mary?
It's Mediterranean vegetation.
Mary is saying Mediterranean vegetation. Let me hear from another person. There is someone called Timus. Timus, over.
Yeah, it's bamboo and temperate forests.
What is your name?
Teams.
What is your name in full?
Timothy.
Oh, you are Timothy.
Yeah.
Yes, Timothy.
The answer is bamboo and temperate forests.
Yes, very good. Here on part, this is part X here. We have bamboo and temperate forests. This is the type of vegetation we expect at that height of 3,000 to 3,900 meters as you move up the highland. So here we have bamboo. On part X, there is bamboo. And as you move up, you will meet another type. For example, when you go to 4,000 meters above sea level, we have Y. We have Y. What type of vegetation is found here? Hakim Wire, you are making noise for us. Yes, we are on that part of 4,000 meters above sea level. Yes, Grace. Grace? Grace, your hand is up. What type of vegetation would you expect to find at 4,000 meters? Wilson and Jane.
At 4,000 meters.
Grace, do you have the answer?
Yes.
Yes? Yes, Grace?
Heath and moorland.
Very good. So at that level of 4,000 meters above sea level, we have heath and moorland. And what is there under heath and moorland? For example, under there, it is like grass and some other flowering plants mixed with some shrubs. So that is what you will expect to find at that level Y. And we don't stop at there. We have this part, the topmost part, and I named that one. You don't expect any type of vegetation here. It is only bare rock. Members, if I may ask, what do you think causes a difference here from 1,000 to 500? Why is it that we have different
Excuse me, madam.
Teacher Mary? Yeah, as the network is unstable.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, is it healthy and moorland or teeth and moorland?
Heath. Heath, Heath and moorland. Have you seen what I've written there? Heath.
No? Yes.
Check on the diagram. Yes. Heath and moorland.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Yes, admin is admin of what? Admin? Admin unmute. Ronnie, if you are done with the question, you can put your hand down. Anthony? Anthony?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Your hand is up. What is up? What do you want?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, put it down. Then from Joshua.
Teacher, I'm answering the question that the madam had left.
Yes.
With the reason as to why there are different temperatures. It's because of the difference in the latitude.
Yes, that is right. Yeah, I was following it very well, and that's the right answer. Let me hear from Jesse. Jesse?
Relief and topography of the landscape.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
I wanted to ask the meaning of heath.
Heath is a type of vegetation. Let me show you heath. I'm just sharing screen shortly. Sharing another screen. So we can see heath here. I'm going to show you heath vegetation. So when you look at this, this is how heath and moorland looks like. Hopefully my screen is clear to you. We can open this in a clear picture. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, that is heath and moorland type of vegetation. That's how it appears. Yes. Hopefully that is clear to all of us.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. When we can proceed with our presentation, we have a few minutes to conclude. Few minutes to conclude. Okay, so those were the vegetation zones on the mountain. I'm sure you noted down them, and I can see Mary's hand is up. Yes, Mary?
Teacher, I
Mary?
just left my hand up. I'm sorry.
Okay. This admin doesn't want to speak. Admin. Our admin, please speak. Bibi? Bibi? Technospark 4? We can't hear Bibi. Mary, put your hand down.
And teacher, can me?
Yes. Bibi?
Yeah, like I just wanted to give some light about the other classmate who talked about myth and moorland.
Heath and moorland. I explained that. Yes.
No,
you can
like I just
go
want
on.
to give some. I just wanted to.
We can't hear you.
Teacher.
Give some light and like the other one was just okay.
Bebe? Is it Bebe? BB. Let's try to be quick.
I was trying to ask you. I was trying to ask Ethan not to be uploaded on the Google Classroom
network
app.
is really unstable. So let's look at characteristics of Montanne. So the characteristics is that they don't have specific characteristics since the vegetation vary. So that means that we have characteristics of savanna, we have characteristics of tropical rainforests, we have characteristics of alpine vegetation. So the characteristics are many because they have different vegetation types. That's what we can say about them. So for now, let's see, briefly look at the economic activities and then we see. Can you raise your hand and we suggest these economic activities and we move forward? What takes place in Montanne type of vegetation? Yes, let me hear from Olivia.
Yes, sir.
Yes, give us economic activity that takes place on Montanne type of vegetation.
Tourism.
Tourism, that's right.
Wildlife conservation.
Good. Susan?
Lumbering.
Lumbering in the tropical rainforests. Good. Gloria? Gloria and Leila? Jane and Wilson, one of them should speak. If I tap on you, please, you unmute and speak, otherwise I will mute you again.
Tropical forest has fertile soil which help for growth of crops.
Okay, crop growing, that's good. Margaret? Mike?
Yes, there is town expansion.
Town expansion. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe in the savanna grasslands. Okay, Joshua?
Teacher, there is also quarrying along the slopes of the mountains.
Yes, quarrying, especially on the bare rocks. Okay, it is well done for that. So briefly, we can talk of tourism, crop cultivation on the gentle slopes, animal husbandry on the grasslands, talk of hunting, because there is a lot of plant vegetation. You talk of research and study, fruit and food gathering in those forests, the tropical rainforests. Someone talked of wildlife conservation. There is forest and forest conservation. There is lumbering, talk of settlements, especially in the foothills. So generally, that's what we can say for today. In the next session, we shall start with temperate or veiled vegetation. Because our time is up, we can't continue this, but you will find all this in the what? In the Google Classroom. Okay. Is that okay? So go in the Google Classroom, access notes, and read about the veiled or temperate vegetation. Any question? Mike? Fashion boy? Fashion boy? Server? Yes.
Teacher, how can I get into the Google Classroom?
Who can help this one on how to go into the Google Classroom? Who can help? Can we first all put our hands down? Let's lower them so that I pick the ones who are helping. Lower hands. Lower hands. Lower your hand, okay? Let me see the one going to help, the one to join the Google Classroom. Raise your hand now. Okay, I'm picking William G. William G, unmute.
Teacher,
Share your screen. Share your screen and help.
I was just going to say it.
Yes?
I was just going to say how we should do it.
No, I need those ones who need to help their friends because we have been doing this now and again. Okay, JB.
Yep. Yes.
You can help?
Yeah.
Yes, you show your colleagues how to go into Google Classroom.
Okay.
Share your screen and go on.
So when you're going to Google Class, you first download the app by going to Play Store, which is right here. And then you have to search for Google Classroom. Then they bring for you the app. Then for me, I already downloaded the Google Class. So for you, it will be like install. So me, I just have to update.
Yes, continue.
Yeah. So as I wait for it to download or to update, if I had it, I'll be installing. Oh,
Okay, as we wait for that to install, your assignment will be put in the Google Classroom, but the assignment is that you are supposed to draw a map of Africa and put all the vegetation zones. Draw a map of Africa and put all the vegetation zones.
assuming I'm not installing, or assuming I'm then installing.
Yes, you can open.
So this.
You can open your app.
I'm trying to open it up. It's join.
Yes, then bottom here. Tap on that plus bottom right.
You have to create.
Then you say join class.
And then you join class.
You enter the code.
This kind of page. Then you have to.
So the code.
Class code.
The code is
TY
PV
7N. So then you join.
You can check in the chat. I've sent all the Google Classroom codes. So then you join your class like that. You will find all the work that we have been posting all through. Any person whose hand is up? Thank you, JB. Oh, okay, so have a great day. BB? 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 Yes?
Teacher.
Please ask.
To ask for the Form 1 meeting ID.
Form 1 meeting ID.
Teacher.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going. I'm going to send a link in the chat. When you open that link, you will be able to see all the meeting IDs of every class.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Check in the chat. Have you seen that link?
Yes, I've seen. Thanks, sir.
Yes, so when you tap on that link, it will open. Then you can join all the WhatsApp groups you want. You can get all the Google Classroom codes. You get all the, it will look like this. You see that link? So when you look at this, that is the link I sent. So you can pick nursery. That is the ID, passcode, then link. P4, P5, P6, they use that one. Like that, like that. Ours is that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So when you click on that link which I've shared, when you tap on it like this, it is going to open such a page. So when it opens this page for Christian School Owners Association, now you scroll down, join class. Which class do you want? So here are the links. Here you can download the timetable. You continue. So when you tap on any of these, you are able to join a WhatsApp class like that. So these are the links to join different Google Classrooms. And then you can even use a link to join directly. For example, if I tap here, P1, it's loading, has joined me. So here, I'll join the class and say join class, then I will be there. So for now, have a great day. God bless.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.